how's it going? All right, I've got two G&L guitars. I've got the Tribute ASAT Classic, which is made in Indonesia. Then I've got the Fullerton Deluxe ASAT Classic, which is made in the USA. And you're probably looking at them thinking, that's the exact same guitar. And that's kind of the idea. One is a lower cost version of the USA made model. So I bought the Tribute myself a few weeks ago. And you can check out that video. I've done a full review if you want to take a look at that and see what I thought of it. Take a look in the description. I'll put it in the cards as well. The Fullerton Deluxe was provided to me by Sweetwater, so this is a sponsored video. I do get to keep the guitar, but all the thoughts are my own. So super thanks to them. I thought it'd be cool to check out both guitars since I already had the other one. Let's get right into it. We'll start by hearing them, but you're not going to see which is which. Let's do a little blind tone challenge. Okay, there you go. Could you tell which was which? If you got it wrong, go back and try again. I'm just kidding. So there's a chance they sound almost identical. Maybe I can't even tell the difference. I don't even know. Who is this guy? Little short history on G&L if you didn't know. This was Leo Fender's last company before he died in 1991. So I almost consider them as much a Fender as an actual Fender guitar. It just doesn't say Fender on the headstock. That's just what I think about it. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty and the specs. Now an actual side-by-side, what do you get with each? I'll just list off the different parts and then how they compare. Just remember Tribute is the lower priced and Deluxe is the more expensive price. I'll just reference them as Tribute and Deluxe. So obviously they both look like a Telecaster. It's not just an inspiration, it's Leo Fender's original design. The biggest difference is the headstock. Some people don't like that headstock. I think it's okay. It's not my favorite. I prefer the original Tele headstock, but it's all right. So the body material on the Tribute is sassafras. The body material on the Deluxe is swamp ash. They've both got a gloss polyurethane body finish. The color on the Tribute is called butterscotch, and you'll notice it's a little bit lighter looking on the Deluxe, and that's called butterscotch blonde. So the butterscotch is a little bit more richer, has a richer color. The butterscotch blonde has more transparency. Or transparency. They are both bolt-on guitars, 9.5-inch radius for both. Fingerboard material, it's listed as hard maple for the Tribute, and it's listed just as maple for the Deluxe. I believe it's the same thing. I don't know of a soft maple. Both have black dot inlays, 22 medium jumbo frets on both, 25.5-inch scale length for both. The neck shape is a medium C on the Tribute, and it's a modern C on the Deluxe. The nut width, 1.625 on the Tribute, and it's 1.6875 on the Deluxe. And you might think, that's not much of a difference. You actually feel it. It does feel a little bit wider on the Deluxe. It's not huge. The difference isn't massive, but it is noticeable. And they list the nut material as bone for both. They both have the same bridge and tailpiece. It's a vintage style boxed steel bridge with brass saddles. The tuners differ. They are called Court die cast on the Tribute, and they're closed gear 12-to-1 inch ratio on the Deluxe, and you can see it's got the little logo on it. Now, the neck pickup for both is the same. It's listed differently in the specs. They say on the Tribute is G&L ASAT Classic MFD single coil, and on the Deluxe it just says G&L MFD single coil. As far as I know, they're the same thing. We'll find out in the full deep dive in the future. Bridge pickup is the same for both. G&L ASAT Classic MFD single coil on the Tribute, and it's G&L MFD single coil on the Deluxe. MFD is the G&L single coil magnetic field design. For the controls, both have one master volume, one master tone, 3-way toggle switch. Strings are the same. D'Addario 1046. The Tribute does not come with a gig bag. The Deluxe does come with a gig bag. You can see I've got it hanging there. It's got a little hanger thing in the back that most people don't notice in these gig bags. Some of these gig bags have it. It's a pretty cool little hook. You can put it on the back of your door at your hotel room when you're on tour for your concert that none of us are playing at because we're just playing in the basement. So don't worry about it. So here's my observations on both guitars. This is just all the stuff I've noticed. I've had these guitars for a little bit, and I've had time to check them out. So both guitars, both are great. They are aimed at different price points. You can clearly see that. One is 2.5 times more expensive than the other. Ignoring the B-stock blemishes of the Tribute, if I didn't mention that already, this was purchased as a B-stock or demo item. Has a few different flaws, cosmetic flaws that don't affect the guitar. But overall, the Tribute is great. And overall, the Deluxe is great as well. Tonally, they're pretty much the same. They play a little bit differently. What do I prefer on each? The Tribute, I gotta say, there's only one thing actually that I prefer on the Tribute compared to the Deluxe, and it's the pickguard being rolled, having a rolled edge. On the Deluxe, I prefer the neck, the more satiny feeling neck. The Tribute kind of had more of a rougher feeling. I would compare the satiny feeling Deluxe neck. I'd compare that with Fender American Pro 2. I'd say or the Fender American Pro line, one of those two. It's kind of in between. I don't know if it's as good as the Pro 2 neck. The Fender Pro 2 necks are still my favorite overall, but this is very close. I do prefer the tuners on the Deluxe, the open style at the top, the open vintage style I call them. It makes changing strings a lot easier. You can take them off, put them back on really quickly. I always like that. Cosmetically, I do prefer the butterscotch blonde. I like seeing the grain through the finish, and you can see the body and you can see the swamp ash through that. So it's just a nicer overall appearance. For me, might not be for everybody. The most massive difference that I can feel in my hand is the controls, and this is something you can always upgrade on a Tribute, but you see the pots and the switches, they're premium pots and switches. They just feel so much better. Check out my Tribute review video and I talk about that, what I didn't like about the controls on the Tribute. So I will have a future full deep dive review video for the Fullerton Deluxe. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Take a look at the links in the description. Check out my Sweetwater links. I always highly recommend Sweetwater. You can actually pick the guitars you want. I picked these two guitars based on weight and the appearance, and you can use their guitar gallery so you see the actual serial number, you see the full thing. You know exactly what you're going to get. I wouldn't even shy away from getting the B-stock items. I recommend that as well. So there you go, two great guitars. G&L, the ASATs, the Tribute, and the Deluxe. I don't know why I'm doing stuff with my hands. I'm sure you're wondering, if I had to pick just one overall, which one would I pick? And, oh, that's not good. The camera's telling me the battery's about to die. Battery is about to die. Not good. I would, the one that I like the best is the G&L ASAT